The message came without warning. A blinding beam of light pierced Earth's atmosphere, carrying with it the voice of authority from the stars. Humanity, the voice declared, you are hereby ordered to surrender unconditionally to the Galactic Council. Resistance is futile. The world paused. Every screen, every device, every satellite broadcasted the same demand in perfect translation. Presidents, generals, scientists, and civilians watched in disbelief that on the plains of Texas, a rancher squinted at the sky, chewing hay. Well, ain't that something, he muttered. In Tokyo, school children pointed at the sky as the glowing glyphs hovered, spelling humanity's ultimatum. But Earth didn't panic. Not immediately. It smiled. Behind closed doors, world leaders gathered, not to argue, but to activate protocols written decades ago. Project Olympus, Operation Dawnfire, the Phantom Archives. The names meant nothing to the public, but everything to those in the know. For Earth had been preparing. Always. Decades ago, during the Apollo missions, humanity had seen something out there, something watching, something waiting to it had changed the course of human development forever. Secret alliances had formed, not between nations, but between the brightest minds of Earth. They pooled resources, hid technology, buried weapons in asteroids, and uploaded AIs into comets. Humanity had built not for peace, but for the storm, and the storm had come. The Galactic Council, a coalition of hundreds of advanced alien species, had watched humanity for centuries. They had debated, feared, admired, and finally decided humanity was too dangerous to live. Their fleets encircled the solar system like a tightening noose. Thousands of ships, from the insectoid Zalaar to the crystalline Seraphon, hovered just beyond Pluto. They thought Earth would kneel. Earth stood up. The response was not a cry of fear. It was a broadcast, one short sentence. Come and try. That's when everything changed. Earth's moon, once thought a barren rock, opened. Giant panels unfolded, revealing massive defense batteries, laser arrays, and kinetic railguns the size of skyscrapers. The Council hesitated. Earth had built a death moon. Mars lit up next. The red planet, seeded decades ago with nanoforges, birthed squadrons of stealth drones. They moved like ghosts, invisible to alien sensors. Jupiter's orbit shimmered. Hidden bases emerged from beneath its swirling storms. They'd been mining energy from the gas giant for years. Humanity has no interstellar ships, one counselor whispered. They are planet-locked. Wrong. Saturn's rings pulsed. From behind the icy debris, humanity's real fleet emerged, not shiny and sleek like the alien vessels, but brutal, angular, monstrous creations of steel and rage. Where did they get the resources? A Xanthian commander cried. Earth doesn't need resources, a Terran AI broadcasted. We take them. The Council still believed it could win. Numbers were on their side. Experience, technology, but they underestimated one thing: humanity's capacity for violence and creativity. The war began. The first wave of Council ships surged toward Earth. They never reached orbit. A defense grid hidden in Earth's magnetosphere activated, frying the electronics of 30% of the fleet. Kessler mines detonated, weaponized debris fields that shredded entire armadas. Earth didn't fight fair. Earth fought to survive. On Europa, a team of enhanced soldiers emerged from cryosleep. Clad in exo-armor, they launched guerrilla strikes on the alien supply lines. Human AIs infiltrated Council networks, speaking in riddles, fractals, and nightmares. Council ships began firing on each other, driven mad by cyber ghosts. One by one, the aliens began to realize they weren't the hunters. They were the hunted. In the middle of this, a lone human vessel pushed past the enemy lines. The ISS Vengeance, a repurposed asteroid-turned battleship, hurtled toward the Council flagship. No shields, no subtlety, just mass, velocity, and fury. The impact tore through the flagship like paper. The message was clear: Earth doesn't negotiate. Weeks passed. The skies over Earth turned red with fire and debris, but humans didn't break. They adapted. New weapons were created mid-war. Nanodrones that hijacked enemy tech. Bioweapons that only affected non-human DNA. Fusion blades. Graviton bombs. Anti-time missiles. Some Earth generals wept at what they unleashed. Others smiled. Humanity had no elders to consult. No ancient wisdom. Only instinct. Rage. Hope. On day 60, the Council sent a peace envoy. A dozen dignitaries, wounded and shaken, arrived in Earth orbit. Earth's representative was not a general or a politician. It was a child. She stood before them, wearing a hoodie and holding a plush bear. "Why did you attack us?" she asked. "You were becoming dangerous," the Seraphon elder rasped. "Good," the child replied. "Now you understand." The Council begged for mercy. Earth gave none. Instead, they gave a warning. "Leave this system. Never return. Tell the galaxy what happens when you threaten home." And they did. The Council fled. Across the stars, stories spread, not of Earth's weakness, but of its wrath. Of a species that smiled in the face of extinction, that weaponized moons, that turned their dead into sentient war machines, that made AIs laugh as they hacked alien gods. Earth became a legend, a forbidden world. Some civilizations called them demons. Others called them gods. Humanity just called it Tuesday. And while the galaxy shook, Earth rebuilt, but not to hide. To expand. Because now, they weren't waiting for another attack. Now, they were coming. And the stars would learn what it truly meant when Earth smiled. The solar system became a fortress. Every moon, asteroid, and outpost humming with energy. Earth scientists turned their eyes outward, no longer limited by fear. Mars became a shipyard. Venus, once hostile and poisonous, was terraformed through brute force geoengineering. Mercury was hollowed out and converted into a Dyson anchor. The Kuiper Belt became a minefield, not of explosives, but of potential. Human exploration fleets launched, the Phoenix Arcs. Each one carried thousands, not colonists, but warriors, engineers, and philosophers. Their destination, everywhere. "We are not conquerors," said Admiral Nyla Graves, leader of the 1st Arkansas. "We are reminders. Reminders of what happens when you push a species that was born to adapt." The galaxy watched nervously as human ships entered neutral zones. No planets were taken, but messages were left. "We remember. Do you?" Some species welcomed humanity. Trade boomed. Culture flourished. Humanity shared its music, its chaotic, emotional, terrifying music. Aliens wept hearing blues for the first time. Others screamed at death metal. One council member self-destructed upon hearing dubstep. But still, they listened. Humanity exported art, literature, and a warning. Always a warning. "We are not evil," Earth said. "But we can be." Some took the message to heart and made alliances. Others plotted in secret. The Skarn Dominion, an empire of hive minds, began building a weapon. The Silence Engine. It was meant to erase all sound, thought, and signal across a star cluster. It was meant to delete humanity from existence. They never got the chance. A human fleet arrived, weeks before launch. "How did you know?" the Skarn Queen demanded. "We didn't," replied Captain Ortega. "But we guessed." And sometimes, guessing was enough. The Silence Engine was dismantled. The Skarn became part of the human protectorate. Willingly, because the alternative was extinction. Earth had become the unifying force of the galaxy, not by diplomacy, but by fear. Not everyone agreed with the path Earth had taken. On Earth, protests erupted. "Is this what we've become?" "Yes," said President Alaramin. "We became what we had to." And still, Earth smiled. Because behind that smile was a lesson, carved deep into human history. That peace is a dream only the prepared can afford. That unity doesn't come from love alone, but from shared trauma and mutual deterrence. And that no matter how vast the stars, how old the alien gods, how advanced their machines, nothing scares the dark like something born in it, something that learned to smile through war, and something that, when told to surrender, decided instead to stand.